Hey guys and gals, traders and traderettes, good to be with you. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Gonna do a quick sound check, video check. Make sure you can hear my voice and see my screen. Okay, we're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna pick up some pips. We're gonna let some people into the room here. And let's see, we've got some people in the waiting room, maybe. Okay. All right, all right, all right. So here we are. We're here live. And hello out there in YouTube world. I know you're going to be delayed about 5 minutes, but remember, you can be part of the live trading room. Be a VIP member. Uh, just email me at greg@elitetradersuniversity.com or greg@elitetradersu.com, and I'll give you a link on how to become a VIP and be in the live trading room where you belong, so won't miss a trade. Okay. So again, we're going to be trading a live session. If you are on YouTube or you're watching delayed, the feed will be delayed about 5 minutes. So I'm scalping the market on 15-second charts and 1-minute charts, and so time is of the essence. So if you miss the entry because of a time delay, you're losing out on money, right? So, why am I streaming out to YouTube? I want to get the word out there. YouTube's going to pick up this feed and broadcast it to people that want to trade live. This is just a free sample. This is Costco. This is a meatball. You're not meant to get full on it. It's really just to give you a taste of what I do and how I do it. And I've been giving you guys a full 2 hours presentation, let you see and trade alongside with me, or try to trade alongside with me, even if you're late. But we're going to do from now on, starting, moving forward after the 4th of July, is just really give you like the first 30 minutes or so of what we do. And then we'll go ahead and shut that off. And then you come over to either come to school or the schoolroom and get the upgrade, or you can actually upgrade to VIP, be in the VIP room, and be part of our live trading group. Okay. So with that said, let's go ahead and go before the Lord. Heavenly Father, thank you, Jesus, for this day, for this day you have made. Thank you for giving us profit almost every single day. And I bless everyone under the sound of my voice. Let them be blessed. Let their homes be blessed, their families, their jobs, and their health, and their children, and their wives and their husbands. Thank you, Father God, and opening our minds so we may look at the markets with the clarity and sharpness, and give us victory. In Jesus' name, amen. For the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. Let's do it. All right, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the market. What we're going to do is we're going to be like doctors. I'm Dr. Greg McLeod, right? And we're going to actually we're going to diagnose. We're going to diagnose the market. We're actually going to take its temperature. We're going to see how it's feeling, if it's happy, if it's sad, and we're going to trade accordingly, okay? And the first thing I like to do is go out to the internet and go to one of my favorite tools, My Market Heat Map. My Market Heat Map is an arrangement of currency pairs by percentage change. It tells us what's hopping, what's popping, what's dropping, what's not in the market, and I just love it. I love it specifically because I created it. I created it. I had programmers program my vision, and so I make it access it to you. You can access the front page for free. We'll go ahead and set that up. Let me go ahead and I'll be able to share sound, share a portion of the screen, and let's go ahead and share. Okay, so this is the My Market Heat Map. The arrangement of currency pairs by percentage change, and it tells us what's going on here. You can either get it on the app, you can pay $19.99 a month and have full access to it there. But you can go to mymarketheatmap.com and access one of 6 powerful heat maps absolutely free. And we can now understand, well, Greg, it's great nothing is happening because this Asia session, right? So we can see that the pound dollar is sold off, dollar CAD is sold off too. This is interesting to have a dollar pair and a dollar in the base currency also trending down. That tells you how crazy illiquid and uncertain this market is, especially because July 9th, we have the deadline for the tariffs, the tariff deals. Either other countries are going to make a deal with the United States with tariffs, or have their tariffs go back to where they were back in April. And so many people are, trying to wait Trump out. They think he's going to do a taco, he's going to fold over and roll over, and he says he's not backing down. And so the markets are afraid of that. And so we're probably going to see some appreciation in the dollar, and as a result, and especially we'll probably see the stock market roll over too, going into the holiday on light volume. So we got light volume too, which could also make some of the craziness, because unless you have high volume, volume and liquidity create patterns. So they show that human beings are logical, or they rational. They're thinking, and the thinking processes of a human being in the market creates a pattern, right? And if you don't have high volume or high liquidity, or it means you have no people there, which means you're gonna have a lot of random action and a lot of like craziness, like here, dollar cat and pound dollar at the bottom of the heat map, crazy. With Aussie dollar near the top of the heat map, low liquidity. In fact, let's go ahead and then also you got free. Let me tell you else what you got for free. You got the economic calendar for free. Remember, tomorrow is non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll is one of the most heavily watched, one of the most heavily watched geopolitical events as far as news announcements, because the U.S. economy is, basically the GDP is 80%, consumerism. And so countries around the world who export to the United States are looking at our jobs number to see if people got jobs, they can buy stuff, right? If they buy stuff, it ties into the wealth of the world. So the wealth of the world is on the back of the U.S. worker. Very important. That's why NFP is so very important. And we just had a number. We had ADP that came out. It came out worse than expected. Previous number was 29,000. Forecast called for 95,000, but the actual came out was negative 33,000. So it was worse than expected. In fact, we can take a look at that number, which is, I've never seen like negatives, right? That's zero. That's the zero line. And then we rallied up, and then we came down, and now we came in negative. So, okay. So that could be due to a lot of things. It could be some layoffs, a lot of government layoffs and things like that. That's what you would think. But ADP, it counts payrolls of private companies. Non-farm payroll has everybody, private companies as well as governments, police, teachers, fire, any those types of jobs as well, right? So any announcements? I like checking here for announcements. Maybe we have, we have Australia balance of trade coming out in 2 hours. So it'll be within our window of trading. We'll keep an eye on that. It's supposed to drop from 5.413 billion to 5 billion. It's a high impact item. The Aussie dollar will be in play. And so we'll keep that on our radar. And then we have some European data. So the Swiss franc will probably be something that maybe something to look at as well. Okay. So great. I'm glad to see that there are people. Okay. Okay. You guys stay in the waiting room. Stay out of the waiting room. If you keep going back in there, I won't be able to bail you out. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to log in, log out. All right. All right. I'm already in. All right. Let's go ahead. Take a look at the Forex. We looked at the Forex majors. Let's look at all the Forex, all Forex pairs. We're gonna go in there, right? And we can see top of the heat map, Euro Pound. Some weird oddballs there. Euro Pound, CAD Swiss, CAD Yen, Dollar Southeastern Kentucky, one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, Euro Southeastern Kentucky. No, Swedish kroner. I just say that as a joke, guys. Try sushi, right? Yeah, that's a Turkish lira, Aussie Kiwi, a mixed bag, right? So let's look at the bottom of the heat map. Pound yen's the bottom of the heat map. Wow, pound yen got crushed. We were near 2.00 on pound yen. We're at 195. When we see yen pairs getting weaker, it usually means the geopolitical unrest and the market's kind of afraid of what's going on, right? So the big drop, 0.59%. Pound dollar, 0.7% at the bottom of the heat map. And also we have some Canadian dollar strength, which is pretty interesting too. They might have cut a deal. I think they folded. They did a Manila. They're like they did like Manila, and they were folders, Manila folders. They folded like a taco when Trump said, "I had enough of you guys. You're out," and then they just completely turned around and said, "Okay." And I don't know what's up with Babatunde. He continues to mhm. If you keep going in and out, I will not be able to let you in. Okay. 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 Euro pound. I haven't That's a real slow mover. We can take a look at it if you'd like. But before we do that, I also like checking what happened in the market, uh, you know, and see what happened. We had the U.S. market. We had the Dow Jones Industrial Average down very little, 0.02%. S&P 500 up 0.5%. NASDAQ up almost 1%. The tech sector has been doing really well. Big big moves in Apple and Meta. And the VIX is down 16.64, so people aren't super afraid. Pre-market, let's take a look at that. And looks like the pre-market looks positive for the last trading day before the holiday. It's going to be a shortened trading day tomorrow. 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern time. The markets are going to close ahead of the party that we're going to have here in the United States, July 4th. Go USA. That's going to be going on, right? All right. Don't know what's going on with Babatunde. He keeps having some issues here. Okay. Let us go forward and look. We've looked at the market. We looked at the pre-market. Let's look at Asia. Asia is still asleep. We're kind of pre-Asia right now. We're just kind of gold. Gold's up $11. Silver is up 83 cents. Copper, platinum, all the metals are up, right? And we have the big new deal that's going through the House. Barely made it through the Senate. This is a big deal, a big package that's going through Congress. It's called the Big Beautiful Bill, and they're trying to sign it into law. It's supposed to do everything from cutting back on health care, increasing border security, providing tax cuts to Social Security, no tax on Social Security, no tax on tips, a number of things. It's a big economic package. If you're, so it's very big, and it's also going to impact. It's going to raise the deficit, right? There's more spending, but it's supposed to be some savings as well. And big packages like that can affect a currency, right? Legislation can affect currency, just like we had overnight. The UK borrowing costs went up severely, and what happened there was we had the pound dollar just totally fall out of bed. I mean, it was up there and then it just dropped along with pound. That's why pound yen probably dropped as well. Where I mean, just cascaded. We had our trend line. We had our trend line break, and this was like midnight, and we were 20. It just dropped, right? This continued, just drop, right? This was because UK borrowing costs went up, and something happened in their finances that made, a lot of the most. If you think you're bad, maybe you're living off credit cards or borrowing, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and juggling things around. You're not alone. Governments around the world are doing the same thing, right? They are juggling what they call deficits, right? They're borrowing money, they're printing money, and they're running up big debts, trillions and trillions of dollars in debts, right? So you're not alone. And if their borrowing costs go up, well, you can imagine they're paying trillions of dollars in interest, right? And that could crush economic growth. So we can see the pound on that news announcement. We got this huge drop from we had about the 37.43. We got down to 35.61. Almost a two-handle move in the currency. I mean, that was you hit that and boom, on a standard lot, that's $20,000 or $2,000 move, right? And so we're just kind of bouncing ABC, but looks like we're starting to like roll over and die here on the on the uh, on the pound and British pound. It's probably the pound is probably pretty weak, the pound family. And if we go back to the heat map, we could probably take a look at the where the pound is and what the pound pairs are doing. Let's go back to the heat map. Well, here, where we actually, yeah, we would see the pound Kiwi is down, pound Swiss is down, pound yen is down, pound dollar is down, pound Aussie, pound CAD. The whole pound complex is pounded, right? And the CAD, they did a deal with the US. Well, guess what? They got rewarded. The CAD was very, very strong. Okay. Um, so, and we are coming against, this is a 30-minute here, 30-minute, and we can actually use a Fibonacci, which I think we already have one on here, right? And yeah, our high, that was our high, 37.8, almost 138. Whole number, round number resistance is for real. Then A, B, C later, right down to the 50% retracement, 35.77, bingo, this smacked it. Then what? A correction, A, B, C to the upside. Still, this could start another round of dropping, right? Large candle breakout, then small body consolidation. So I'm going to put an alarm right here, right? We're just below this trend line. That way we can come back because, we could wait and stare at it, but that wouldn't be any fun. So we're going to add an alert. Click create. And if it clicks, we'll come over there. And if it starts to drop, my thinking, my projection, and you should, write this stuff down too. A lot of times you guys say, oh yeah, it was great, Greg. It's like, yeah, did you trade it? It's like, no. Yeah, I'm calling, I'm playing the hits. I'm the DJ, right? And we're looking for something like that. So that's our zone of where we would like to take a short, right? Our decision point. We get inside of there, then we want to take a look at it. Right now, it could take hours for it to get in there. So let's look at something else that, we're in a supermarket now. We kind of figure out that the market is kind of, it's kind of edgy ahead of non-farm payroll, but it's still positive, right? On some currencies. It's kind of a mixed bag. So now we're just going to go and squeeze some tomatoes and see what is something that we would like to to see it's ripe off the tree that's going to fall, or if it's something that's going to maybe grow and give us some really good movement to the upside, right? So Kiwi dollar. And I want to start with a 30-minute chart, and you can see that we are rallying against I think we have a bigger downtrend. Seems like we had somewhere. Let's see. No, let's go out to a 4-hour. Let's go out to the 4. Yeah, here we go. I'm looking if there was a downtrend somewhere, right? There's our 4-hour downtrend line there, right? But we really should start with DXY, right? DXY, and I'll be able to get you a trading traction. DXY looks like it's trying to rally, trying to get up there, right? But it hit the moving averages here, the 21 period. I'm using Fibonacci moving averages, 821.55. We rallied into the zone, and there was rejection, right? However, the bears have to make a new low for this trend to continue. They have to pony up. They have to bring it down 96.37. This is where they got to bring it. But if they fail to bring it, if we have a failure swing where this comes down but does not reach this line, then we will see the bulls gets very aggressive and say, look, you guys suck. You couldn't take it down. Let us take it. And then we'll take it up. So this is our kind of a decision point. And the Bears have stops probably north of the 97.15 and 97 handle, right? So if we can break above this 97.17 area where the stops, there's tons of stops right there. They probably went short, put their stop in there with target with their target, right? They're looking for this our bearish target here, right? And they want to go below. They want to go break down because there's lots of empty space here, right? You got to go back years before we got to go back a few years to get back to, we got to go back to like 2022 to get, right? See, now we got 89. That's the low of 2021, right? Which we could go down there, right? So there's a chance. However, there may be some buyers that may step in there, right? So we're back here at the 4 hour. So we're at this critical area. But every time that we're at the critical area there, it rallied and this dropped, right? And it broke a new low. Once we broke that low, the low's back here. It was just a bear palooza. Just drop, right? So that is where we are looking at currently with the dollar index. So the dollar is, so let's bring it down to a 30-minute on the dollar index. And you can see that we rallied in A, B, C formation, 3-wave correction against the trend, bullish trend, right? And, we're seeing it's 50% retracement. Okay. 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 This is the US dollar. Not looking at a whole lot here. Dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss looks like it wants to turn up. Look at that. Got a long wick on the 30 minutes. A, B, C, double top. I'm not interested in that. Very messy. I mean, this nice, smooth. I like trading the lazy rivers. All right, and we don't have any. We'll probably get a river if we can break out of the box, right? This is our box that we're in, and usually we get a break out of the box. We wait till we get out of the box. Either we'll keep streaming downstream, or we'll reverse out. But we want to cross this off our list. The yen was a nice one that actually we were here, right? And I was able to take profit on that trade. And so yeah, we held on to it. We on the pullback, but we got the drop, and then it went a little bit higher, rallied again, and then it's dropped very hard, right? Around 6 a.m. I was able to get in there and hit it again, right? So that trade did work out yesterday, if you were watching, right? All right, dollar yen, dollar CAD, Aussie dollar. Let's see what's going on there. I mean, we've got the news event. We have a nice fan out pattern here. Love that. This indecision doji is like it's like having a beautiful bowl of soup or something, and then a big fly just drops in there like, ugh, I don't eat that. Or you find a hair. It's like, ugh, Yeah, Greg, you're making me lose my appetite here, right? Well, that's how it is when you have in fact, they've got something called the dragonfly doji, right? Because it's like a little bug, right? And the moment, see, you got this nice bullish pattern, looks so green and strong, and then little dragonfly or little doji pops in there, and then what happens? Sell off, right? So we have a small candle here, could be a spoiler, which could send prices down, and it's fluctuating, it's pumping color as we speak. It was red, now it's green, right? And it doesn't seem, I mean, we've got kind of a topping action right here. We have previous highs, 65.88. There's wicks and things like that. We've got a series of wicks, or if you go by the closes, we're just hitting on those closes. Let's drop down and it's a 3-minute chart. Yeah, we're kind of turning down from that too, right? So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get short, right? I'm gonna take a short right now. Maybe this is our money train, right? I'm short 65.83, and let's see if we can get this down. There is the wick is at 65.74, so that gives us about what is that 9 pips? Maybe can we get a 10 pipper? Maybe we get a 10 pepper. I think we get a 10 pepper. Stop loss. Stop loss is pretty, what, 4 or 5 pips above the high, 65.88. 4 pips above that be 65.92. So I'm gonna put my stop loss in 65.92. I love my community. They get really active when they seem to get really active when I go live, right? It's like the rooms are completely quiet. And the moment I get online, then they're messaging and posting charts. And it's like, you could come to the room, They're like the kids, like when I would teach school, taught high school. And when you're in the class teaching, the bell is rung and they're late and they're all hanging out the door. It's like all you gotta do is just one more step in and sit in the seat and you're in the class, right? But anyway, glad to have him. Lisa's here. Babatunde is here. Hopefully he'll stay. I don't know if he's having internet troubles, but hopefully he can stay. And glad to have you aboard. And we did a rundown. We did do a big, we did cash in on that dollar yen. Anybody cash in dollar yen? And, I know my YouTube people are here. The YouTube people, they're faithful and they're here on time. And they're, we got 4 watching. We got a big thumbs up there. So I got short, and I figured out something too. I got some more settings here, and I've got some. I did it. Okay. Symbol, canvas. Yes, text. I made this baby 20. There you go. There you go. Right there. See, look at that. You right click, go to settings, and you can make the text on the side bigger, right? So that way I don't have to use my magnifying glass. Don't make me break up my magnifying glass. I got my inspector gadget magnifying glass right here, and that way I can figure out. I can read any contract with this thing, right? Or I want to sell leaf on fire. I don't know what is going on here. There we go. What does it say? Resize, blah, blah, blah. Mm. 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 Okay. 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 So we'll see. We have a relative shades of gray double top. It's not a perfect double top because price didn't get exactly to this old high, 65.88. It's acting like a double top. We have news coming out. And so let's see if we get a drop, right? Moving averages kind of coming together. And I place my stop 4 pips above the high. Now, to get I kind of like just targeting what was the last bit of support was that's how I determine my price targets. The other way of determining price targets, which I teach, is to use Fibonacci. You can use Fibonacci for price targets. So just like this is a bull move from the low of 65.43 to the high, I take my fib from the lowest point to the highest point, right? The highest point is here, connecting here around the 65.88 area. And now these lines of support would actually be possible targets, right? We have the 23% retracement is a target, right? I can actually set my take profit there, right? That's probably gonna be a 1-to-1. Or the typical retracement target for many currencies is the 38% retracement. And this never really got there. So I can maybe move it down a little bit to that 38% retracement, maybe a pip above that, right? A fraction of a pip above that. And they said that'll give me a 12 pip gain and an 8.5 pip risk, right? Which is 12 by my 8.5, right? So it's like a 1.4 risk reward ratio. Is that it? I'll be at something like that, right? Nope. Wrong way. Reverse. Ha! Right. And that takes this right here too. All right. So it's a 2. That's a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Right. So yeah, 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. We have news. It is not at the top of our heat map. If we take a look at our heat map, look at the Forex majors, they're all gonna change. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, Aussie's not particularly, it's in the gray area, but there's news. Pound short may be interesting too, but it's moved 0.75% already. So we kind of sit with this. We've got some news coming out. We've got, I'm actually going to take a look at the pound dollar. I'm going to see. And oh, did our alarm get hit? Oh, I thought we had an alarm. Let's check our alarms. Pound dollar. Oh, trigger. It was triggered. No, that was yesterday's alarm. What? You need to clean up my alarms. Oh, this one. That was triggered too. Okay. Yeah, a bunch of this was triggered. This one is active. It's active. It hasn't been triggered yet. It's on the 30-minute chart. Maybe that line, right? Anyway, not really doing anything either. Okay. Let's keep going. I'll close this up. Dollar yen is coming up on some 3-minute support. Still a little bit. Maybe setting up for a sell. We do have 15-second chart. I mean, that's some nice little drop there. Let's go. All right. Short 43.55. We broke the support area there. Stop loss. The old high is at 43.60, and we're going to go to 64 for a stop, and then we're going to take a take profit. Let's see if we can get see if we can get 10, we can get 2 to 1 there. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's do it. Let's get paid. Okay. Anybody? Oh, okay. Checking to see if anyone's in there. Dollar yen. Yeah, I see that pattern a lot. Price rallies, makes a point, then just cascades down. Oh, we have some old support here, 43.51. Again, we're trying to get down to 43.40. Let's see. Oh, settings. Oh, man. The buttons are kind of small. Trying to make things a little bit bigger. And scale lines. Seems like they were bigger at one time, but okay. Starting to hook up a little bit. Yeah, we have a 15-second rising trend line. And a rising trend line here. Okay. Ten pips is kind of dangerous or kind of dangerous. 5 pips is probably more like the target area, looking for this thing to flag out. – 43.56, trying to climb. Going the wrong way. 43.57. Wasn't liking that reversal or retracement. Now we have an established high, an established low. We can take fibs on this as well. And we'll see if 618 did pause there. 786 and then 100% expansion, of course, would be the double top, right? You can see it's touching on this. Let me just make this a little bit larger. Maybe put another slab on. Oh, and let me fix the chat box there as well, so you guys can talk to each other as well. Okay. 43.57 by 58. Got a 1 pip spread on the US dollar versus Japanese yen. I'm looking for a trend line break and looking for some money. So we get paid today. Get paid fast. Ugh, okay, we haven't covered the spread yet. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Okay, come on. And you can see the 618, the golden ratio. We rammed right against the golden ratio and reversed. Let's go. Yeah. Lisa says, let's go. There you go. There we go. Oh, take it, baby. Take it. Ah, bam, bam. 43.51, limit out, baby. Got paid. We are out with profit, guys. That was a that was a nice one. Well, let's take a look at our friend. We have another one, right? We're trading something else called Aussie dollar. Yeah, Aussie 15 second, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 second. Oh yeah, we got long wick, stop loss. We're making some money now on the Aussie dollar. We're short Aussie, 65.83. Yeah, that's not doing a whole lot. You guys, anybody make money on that dollar yen trade? Now again, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, it's delayed. I'm looking at it now. I'm still in it, waiting. I'm waiting for it to drop. Go ahead and get our school script on there. A little on the slow side. Let's get back to dollar yen. And wow, wow, it's still going, still going. No, not letting up. Like going back to the low of that old wick. But I'm really happy that we got what we got. Yep, we are out of that trade and with moolah. With moolah. So it was a quick 536 bucks. So that was nice. And I don't have that in my in and out time. Okay. I wonder if the other yen pairs are nice too. they all kind of, well, I'm not going 35, really pound yen. Let's get pound yen. Look at that. 3-minute pound yen chart. Let's go to 15-second pound yen chart. And looks like we've got maybe we got a sell going on right there, right? Couple of yeah, we're 2 candles short. I got short at 95.87. Now, you have to give pound yen some breathing room because it could be kind of wild. So I'm going to go above this previous high there and put 4 pips on top of that. Puts me at 106.02. But also it can rocket, right? So let me go to a 30-minute chart and use Fibonacci's. Oh, we got the old low. Well, similarly, just say like we had it for dollar yen, right? 95.34. So that's like a 57 pip drop that we could that'd be really nice if we could get anywhere in that, right? I mean, we might need to have put the stop there because of the volatility of pound yen, right? That makes it like a 1-to-1 right there, right? Let's go back to the 15-second chart and see if we can get so see if the dragon will show us some love. My name is Dr. Greg McLeod. I want happy Wednesday to you. Hope you guys are having a great day. Nice to see my VIPs, Jeff, Lisa, Babatunde. I think he is here. May make sure anybody else is in the waiting room. Double check that. Make sure we're not leaving anybody behind. And let's see. Good place to start. The first trade on the Wednesday, the winning trade. It's a good feeling. And let's hope we've got we got a little retrace there. That's what sometimes it does. Doesn't move up and down in a straight line. It's like a battering ram. Remember batter ram? You gotta go backward before you can go forward. Knock the buildings down. So sometimes price fakes you out, and even market makers will do that. They'll take price up in order to suck bulls in. So they'll put their stops in so they can drive price in the direction they want to take it, right? So that's why it's kind of important. You can like put your fibs on and okay, like where's going to be their point of pain? 38% retracement, there's 50% retracement. Just if it goes up parabolic like that, it's kind of could be setting up for a drop. And if it sets up for a drop, I'll make it so I got a red candle. I don't have a trend line break, so but got my finger on the trigger. I said the T word, not the N word. I said trigger. Here we go. Oh, that's the 50% retracement, like 50. We'll jump to the 618. Look, reaching, wicking. Right into this area of congestion as well. There's a lot of congestion here in this area. Wow. At the 618, aggressive. Oof. Keep my powder dry because I'll probably put a couple more on. Here we go. 618. It doji. Oh, there we go.
Sell, sell, sell.
Air one, beer two, need a C drop. Oh, like it's drinking up the supply zone. Like this is the dragon. Okay, it's gotten to the top of the zone. And Fibonacci wise, the 786, one of the Fibonacci's of last resort. And he just cut that zone up like did not care. Now that's why it's called the dragon. The liquidity stop there. Man, I'll move this out of the way. We're not going to need this. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now the woods yet. We need to break down, bring us in the money. There goes crazy boy. Hit the 200 on the 1 minute. There we go. Four pips spread, 90 by 94. My goodness. I gotta move down to 86 before I see a profit. Ready to drop. At least I got the arrows. Love the let's get that. Woo-hoo. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. Down to the 38. The red line is by 38% retracement. Look, it landed on the 38, bounced off the 38. It's like looking down at the abyss, just jump. Jump, I say, Like, um, I have to try to talk him off the ledge. It put its toe in the water. Price below the moving averages. One, two, three, four, five. A, B, C. Well, no, we get the head and shoulders, a shoulder, a head and shoulder. Maybe this is a ah I'm gonna shame it into going up. I'll show you. I'm looking at probably at Head and Shoulders, right back at the 618. Oof. 3 pip spread. I mean, our supply zone's getting punched all kinds of holes in it. Poof. Small body candle. See the reversal. Let's see a reversal. Stay down. Down, boy, down. Like How to Train Your Dragon. Trend line break. Retest of the 78.6% Fibbo. The Fibbos of last resort. Another green candle. A red candle, finally. Put your green crayons away, and I'm gonna try to get some more in there at a higher another DCA dollar cost average. There we go. Come down. That's touching our 55 moving average. Like balanced right on there on that 55. And let's see. Zoom in with Pippo Vision. Big giant candle so you can see the whole thing. There we go. I got my big jitterbug prices there. You like that? I could read that. I have to squint. There we go. 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 Really? I'm still on. I'm still down? Where's the spread? Oh, it's a 4 pip spread. Oh, it's gonna be like 86 before I can make any money, right? Unfair. Pay me. Pay me, I say. And I dollar cost average this thing all the way up back in there, right? Back at the 38 again. 38's over here. Just gonna make those numbers bigger. We have like levels, templates, and they have coordinate visibility. Nope, they don't have well, come on, come on. Maybe these little electric shocks. Come on, come on. This is dancing to 38. Break down below the 38. Nice. Not in the money yet? Really? Ah. I am below my entry price. $223? Are you kidding me? What was my risk? It stopped like way up here, right? No, I didn't see my stop. Where's my take profit? $85 inches, I know. The candles are like bigger than like my sofa, you know? Oh, don't you dare go up. Okay. $55. No, I want to see like $2,000 on this mug. Drop. Drop, I say. Come on, Bears.
Sell, sell, sell. Sell, sell, sell.
Shoot the bull. Oh, snap. Liquidity sweep. Look at that. It's almost like sweeping up anybody that got short. That's why I put my stop up here somewhere. I don't even see this. 4 pips above the high. That's right. Put it above. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Oh my God, that's a big stop, you know? All right. That's really that's like right over here. Right. That's even really big. Oh, you know why? Because I'm looking for $45,000 right here, right? I'm looking for this thing just to drop. There we go. That that that's what I'm talking about. You go. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Wow, I didn't wait until I got to 80. I said it would be 86 before I got paid. 86 at the low. Ooh, I'm taking it. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Yeah, man, that was I need a drink. Well, apple cider vinegar and water. Yum. Cactus cooler. At least it gives me applause. Yeah. Let's do that. I get my 85-inch screen. I can buy an 85-inch screen now with that, right? Yeah. I have one. I have one, but I've got my little setup here. Oh, look at that. Oof. Re-enter at 86. The trap. I mean, I had my targets like way down there, you know. I mean, I'm really kind of whipped out. Ooh, long wick, trap, liquidity trap. Oh, we got you, Craig. Yeah. No, I do not advocate violence against the markets. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna remove all these drawings. These, that was a lot of work there. Okay. I mean, we still have this old high. Take a fib from the high to the low. Let's see. 618. Oh, dang. That one crapped out. Where'd that one come out? So he had diarrhea. It's like, where did that come from? Oh, look at that. Ooh. Ah, that was nice. Bearish against the wick. It's two wicks there, though. Small body red candle. I put stop loss above that 90, 195, 97. Wow. Now, if this area of support we give out, that would be really nice, right? I mean, it's a like a buy zone. I'll make it yellow. Means I wouldn't buy it if it landed here, but hopefully it breaks to the other side. I wonder what the count would be on this thing, right? 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 1, 2. Then our three should like drop like a rock. It would. Something that stops kind of close for pound yen. I mean, the last wick high is at 98 and put four up back at 602 again, right? When else? 190, 196.02. 196.02. We got some red candles, but they're small. I guess they would have. Oh, that's a red one. Right. Well, that's a green one. At the 618, the golden ratio. See, it comes right back to the golden ratio again. The golden, and now we're breaking 786 in its sights. $195.92 by 95. We're trading the British pound. We're riding the dragon. Dragon has been in a downtrend on the higher time frame. So, Greg, you look at the higher time frames, like, yeah, the higher time frame is like down, but no, we could be at the end of its down cycle. If it dropped to this low, came back to this high, the 100% expansion, typical target. Well, that's where it hit, right? So this could be our A, B, C, and we'd be starting something pretty massive to the upside if we break these highs. We rally right back to the old high. Oh, oh, what happened here? Back. Okay. So we got a double top, 95.96. We have a confirmed double top. Let's see if we get a drop. Now, the 88.6 Fibbo last resort is cut right through that. Return back to the old high. Ooh. Pound dollar got a an alert. And we're crossing. That might have been the end. And we may be in a bullish round here. Or this could be a liquidity sweep trap, bull trap, trap the bulls. Hey, breakout. Yeah. Buy the breakout. And then it sucks you right back in, right? It hit the area multiple times, and we couldn't get beyond that low. And everybody step it up. 1 minute chart. Wow, it looks like a clean double bottom, right? You go to a 3 minute chart. Oof, right. Big green candle there. Go to a 5 minute chart. Just a cluster of 3 wicks, right? I think we can look at the 1 minute. What? Oh, the spread knocked me out. Ah. My stop was way up there and I got kicked out. 02, 96. Oh yeah. 02 knocked me out. Price wasn't even there, right? This is what David talked about during the you know 1 minute PMDE or NMDE, Jeff. Jeff, is it a one? Okay. Yeah, use either PMDE or NMDE because we have people who are not part of the group. No, you don't need. Yeah, you don't need to go any detail. Remember, we're not teaching in here. Just give me the initials. Yeah, right. That keeps it clean for me. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so 3, 4, 5 ABC. We need a pullback. So I'm going to remove all these drawings and we're going to start clean. All right. So let's see if we get a. Well, I'm going to go back to my 15-second, and we're going to try this again. All right. And then we can take our typical targets. I mean, oh, high is the target, right? So now we can target these here on the upside. Let's look at that. Let's see, it goes. Unless it's finished, it's ABC, and that was just a liquidity sweep so it can keep going south, which really wanted to do, right? Because 02 was my stop. I mean, it didn't even get there. 99. And then I guess the spread's 3. And that's janky. And it could just it might resume the drop. Where this rally was just a bull trap. And then 4 pips with a swing high 96.08, then 11 probably would have been a better place for a stop. You have to sit bigger stops with pound yen because it, like you said, look at that. This now is breaking right back the direction we wanted to go. I'm not gonna chase it. If this is an NMDE and we get a 3-wave or 5-wave correction, then we should break. If not, this thing breaks to a new low, and this was just a trap. Well, all Ralph Nelson Elliott promised was a 3-wave correction against the trend. 1, 2, 3. Well, there's your 3 waves right there, right? So now we're starting 1, 2, 3, down 4, 5, blows out these lows, takes us way down here, right? Unless we break this trend line. That's our, right? If this is our wave 2, I mean, if this is the 3 waves of 1, this is 2. 2 can, okay, we got break. Okay, and look at the spread puts my entry right there. Okay, well, stop loss below the low, 4 pips below the low, puts me at 80, maybe 79 for the low. And let's see if this will, and our extension, we have about 9618. Well, that turned back red again. Ninety-five 90 by 95. We got suckered in with a green candle. I mean, we take green candle break. That's what we do. Pull the trigger on the green candle. 8 times out of 10, it keeps going. And on the rare occasion where it just drifts lower, we're down 3.8 pips, right? Multiple hits on this Fibonacci, though. We can dollar cost average into that. Now we have a confirmed breakout with 2 green candles. Both of them very tall wicks. So it's not like, they're stacking green. One stacks and then another one stacks off the edge of the previous one. It's kind of like, I'm green. Look at me. You know, it's like your average green. You know, you're not an above average green. You want the really nice stacking green. Is like, yeah. But I did add. So that's something that you can put into your checklist if you're kind of modifying your checklist and making it customized. You get a breakout, you get a stacking green, like something like this, where this green stacks and this one stacks higher. I'm more likely to add my position than to just seeing 2 green candles to start pulling the trigger, right? And so now we're even, Elisa says, that's a great idea on stacking green. Thank you. But see, like this one, and then this one. Well, it didn't really make a new high. And let's say the next one comes in strong. See, that one came in like flat. So like, and look, it shrank. I was super stacker last night. I was doing another challenge account. I kind of like, like moving from like doing simulation, taking $100 accounts and just running them up as practice as well, right? And a really aggressive practice where I will take the account all the way down to margin call zero. I mean, like no, there's no margin left, right? Because if you have no margin left, your equity is actually a cushion. So you actually are, I was controlling a standard lot of $200 and ran it up pretty good. Oh, look at that. See, that was just a liquidity sweep, right? We hit my stop, and now we're going the direction which I thought we were going, right? And we broke the lows. So this kind of sucks, right? Well, it wicked the low, it didn't close, so so no, because the what is the count? Well, that would have been 5. Well, this violated this ABC 1, 2, 3, right? Then the 3 can't be the shortest, so this thing probably has more to drop, right? Yeah, stopped a little higher, but let's see. And then sometimes, the market makers have read the Elliott Wave books too, right? So they know that, oh, the Elliott Waves people know you can't go below wave 5 low, and they throw a wick right there just to knock out all the Elliott Wave people and all the algos that are programmed for Elliott Wave, and they make stuff not fit certain rules so they can do something different, right? I mean, this is this wick support. Are we stacking though? And a lot of them don't want you to jump on their ride either. They've got a wagon, and the moment you jump on, they try to shake you off before they go up. So sometimes they do a little shaking expedition to throw you off. Okay. So let's see if that's okay. There we go. There you go. Come on. Let's do it. See, that one was no, you don't. No, you don't. That is so janky. A or 1, B or 2. We're getting these higher lows. If this is our new 5, then this is A or 1, this is B or 2. It's driving hard though. We'd be bullish against the wick. The long wick makes us bullish, but sometimes price they force it right back at it. They force it. Looking for a small body candle or somebody get out there and push. Yeah, NFP is tomorrow. No, non-farm payroll. Usually it's Friday. So everything's all mixed up, like dollar CAD and pound dollar at the bottom of the heat map. I think I've never seen that before. I mean, everything is like, I mean, look at the dollar CAD at the bottom, pound dollars at the bottom, euros up. I mean, this is all mixed up, right? And the dollar index is just bottoming out too. I mean, we're going right into this hammer. It's kind of a modified hammer. And they're just driving this to the edge. Look at that, right? You know, trying to kill all these bears. If this is our lowest five, A, B, we should be a C. I mean, you can take a Fibonacci expansion. That's supposed to work, right? Sacred math. Well, the 100% expansion is the old high, and the 1.618 takes us to 95,618. It's like 95.88. Let's see if any of this stuff, this mumbo jumbo works. And, that's a deep correction. Ninety-five, 85, at 80, 89. We trade pound yen, guys. They call it the Dragon Widowmaker. It makes widows. The money cow. And if you can catch it right, it pays very quickly. And it was the first currency I traded live in front of an audience here in Vegas at the Rio Hotel. And I had more luck with it then. Look at that retest of the low, just a little bit. And we got, oh, that's a clean break there. 83. So we had a low, and it was so, unless this was our ABC, 1, 2, 3. It's just way too janky. Another candle break below the low. And another, right, 82. And we basically broke, no, we don't have a PMD anymore, right? So I'm close to that. That's that's a no go. I'm going to stick with my short. I think we have more of an opportunity for the short. There we go. And where was that? Yeah, PMDE failure. Well, it didn't fail, but it was only a three-wave correction. And they never failed. They're either three waves or five waves. Five waves is successful. Three waves you call failure. But see, there you go. See, now it's let's go out to that 1 minute, 3 minute chart. And we've got a bunch of support down here, right? We can make up for that loss if we get down here. But what do? When you have something like that, you could move your stop. But the thing about it, if you get in the habit of moving your stop, then you wind up losing a lot more money, right? So I took my stop. I got, the 96.02 was my stop, and I honored the stop and got stopped out. Tried to flip and get long. That didn't work out. How did that work out? It didn't work out. And that's why PMDEs in the face of larger time frame downtrends don't mean anything. But they can stress your stop out if you got a bad entry. That three-wave correction is only three waves, but if you're in it at the wrong size and the wrong position, you can't afford it. You have to let it go. I mean, look at this. Let's go out to that. There we go. So this is like an A, B, C against the trend. 1, 2, 3. So we're in a wave 3 on the 15-minute. And that would actually take us all the way down. Maybe to 95.47 or 95.34 is that wick. Yeah, we completed an ABC. An ABC correction against the trend, right? So we A, B, C, right? So we can complete our ABC, and it alternates. So the alternative move is I'll make this a different color. 1, 2, 3. 3 can never be the shortest wave. So we would think this will continue, then a retrace, then a push lower, right? And you can figure out 3 by taking a Fibonacci expansion to that retrace, right? See here, 618. See, I almost had it too, right? So we should be able to get to 95.60 on this first run before a retrace. So let's aim for that, a little bit above that. We're not gonna be able to see much action on the 15-minute chart because it takes 15 minutes to see the next candle. And this is our 8:30 money train.
All aboard!
It's a southbound train. And we could probably get stacked into that. So in case you have not, well, if this is a southbound train, that's our destination. Right now, the dog's on a leash, and he is taking a pee at the tree. It's like, I'm going to go for a walk, doggy. And the pound yen likes chasing squirrels, chasing cars. It'll eventually get to where it wants to go, where it needs to go, somewhere down here. And then you can take a fib from the top here to the low, kind of get an idea of where this will get tired. Well, hit the 38. And just hope that it will, hope is not a strategy. Well, I'm hoping that it will break that trend line and drop, you know. Get your bear flag in a downtrend and make it a little bit bigger. Let's see if we can make this. There we go. Yes. Go. Okay. All right. Taking a while for us to let's look at the 15-second chart. Wow, the 1 minute looked a lot more bearish, right? Say, no, I can look bearish too, Greg. All right, let's do it. We have our 55, 21, and 9 or 8 period moving averages pointing down, fanning, they're fanning these fingers down. Turn on the gang signs, West Side. Let's go for the drop. Got to cover the spread. Finally. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, no. No. Shrink. Oh, snap. Okay. Oof. Oh, man. Mr. All right, Jeff. See you later. Happy Fourth. Well, we have more. We have another session tomorrow. Forex will be open tomorrow, and Forex never closes. It's this U.S. trading desk that close. You got 20 minutes left. You're with Dr. Greg McLeod, Elite Traders University, and we are trading pound yen, trying to trade pound yen. We're getting schooled on pound yen. It's a wild ride. Ooh, now we're starting to get above the moving averages, trying to climb above it. It's done that before, then dropped. So let's see if this or we get a repeat of that. I'm gonna go to the 1 minute chart. 15-second chart. Using this last swing high and the fibs there, we're blowing through 618, 786 has found some resistance there. Tweezer tops at 786. Maybe that is the extent of our retrace. The retracements on pound yen are incredible, right? They're almost tradable. I mean, usually it means that we're in a bigger range on the higher time frame, where it's probably some type of really big range, which yeah, yeah. We're in this big block. We haven't moved really anywhere since the drop. So we're just bouncing off the lows and the highs, the lows and the highs. But this was the drop that was looking really nice. But we're not there anymore. In fact, it's kind of we're in the shadow of it what's over for it, right? And now, wow, really took off there. So we blew out that high. Now, pound yen is kind of tricky. I think it's making a new high and a breakout. Are we making some type of bullish head and shoulders, or maybe it's another 5-wave or 3-wave correction against the trend? Lots of green stacking. We're at the top of the channel. We're breaking above the top of the channel. And we hear this big sucking sound as price sucks back into the range. Pound yen is definitely not a currency pair for the faint at heart or the newbie. I would not recommend this for newbies. Heck, I don't remember. I don't recommend it to veterans. The allure of pound yen is like the allure of NQ. When trading NQ, it moves fast. It's like, yeah, it could cut your head off, you know? That's how. So sometimes we can dial back and trade with dollar yen, and it does crazy moves too, but they're it seems like they're a little bit more, they're a little slower, but everything is moving sideways as a result of maybe NFP, and we really haven't broken out of this box. We haven't gone anywhere since we took our winning trade there, and in fact, our wave indicator won't even draw anything after this part. It's like, ah, you're on your own, Greg. I can't figure this out, right? Because you have your 3, 4, 5 ABC, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. And then here, ooh, ABC. So you have an ABC and ABC back to back, which could reverse the trend up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, your 5 doesn't get to go too far. I mean, you got resistance. And if this is your 1, wave 4 can't go into 1. So it has to stop here. And if it stops, it has to turn around. It's like, Greg, what are you talking about? Right. And then it turns around, turns green. And you're like, how do you know that? Well, if it's following the count, right? Some of these movements they're not count oriented, right? They're just random movement. But if there is an organized movement, then you can anticipate it. And then your stop doesn't have to be as big with dollar yen. Because if that's 3 and this is 4, 5 should go to at least to the old high, which doesn't give you a whole lot. I mean, that's the typical. So it'll give you like $153, which is in line with all the other highs. Let's see. Let's see if let's see if I'm right about this at least, right? Put put my money where my mouth is, right? Well, yeah, Greg, you're risking 200. Whoa, wow, look at that. 49 by 51. The spreads are like wider on everything now. I guess because of the lot of lack of liquidity. Let's take a look at the liquidity indicator. We have a liquidity indicator here. Forex liquidity, low, control minus. Yeah, Forex liquidity, trader tools. There's like nothing going on here. Liquidity, there is none. It's like we're basically trading against ourselves, it's like we're just not allowed. There's no liquidity here. So this is like one of those times where, hey, you know what? Stop. Yeah, because and when there's low liquidity, the spreads will get wider. You say, oh wow, why is this? Because maybe people started their vacation early or something, right? Man, my stop might have been a little too tight, right? Maybe my stop loss maybe below the last swing, major swing. It still doesn't give us. Okay, so. And you're looking at this, going, oh, wow, Greg, this is unprofessional. I got this inverse risk reward ratio. Let me show you something. I was watching the Schwab network, which is a really good network. They have lots of trading ideas. I actually like them better than Bloomberg or CNBC. We call it the Schwab network, or TD Ameritrade network. It was the old TD Ameritrade network, Schwab network. But they got some option guys, and I took a screenshot. I was watching on my Alexa, my Echo, and they had this trade. And they go, the max profit on this trade was $420. The break even was $695. And the max loss was $1,580. So I'm like going, you're risking $1,580 to make 420 because, and I'm like, okay, now make this make sense to me. Why would I want to risk 1,580? That's a 1-to-3, 1-to-4 risk reward ratio here, right? Not 4-to-1, not risk 1 to make 4, but risk 4 to make 1. No, you're risking $4 to make $1. How does this work out? And so the whole idea is that they say the odds of it hitting the max loss is low. So it's not just the risk and reward, but they look at the probability of it hitting your max loss is low. And that's why you would take the trade. Does that make sense? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below if that makes sense to you. Right? Again, this is taken from the Schwab network. It's on Meta. This is on Meta Facebook stock, and they're using options, using complex spreads, vertical credit spreads, right? You put the spread on, and then you get paid $420, right? Now, if price goes up, you have a loss of $1,580. If it's break even, if it's $695, you break even. But I said no. But I understand what they were saying is that if you have a setup, which is a high probability, and there's a low probability of it knocking out your stop, well, then wouldn't you take it, even if it had a low risk to reward? And then the question is, how can you calculate the risk? Calculate the probability. Okay, risk is one thing. Risk and probability are two different things here, right? So, and that's sometimes we have slingshot trades, right? Slingshot trades where, yeah, it's going to be a 1-to-1, but the probability of it happening is like 90%. And Lisa, you know what I'm talking about. You taking trades where, I'm going to take this trade. You're going to make this trade. In your sleep, you're going to make 5-10 pips in your sleep. You just your stop is going to be a little bigger, but we rarely ever get that stop hit, right? See, so this is where Lisa says it makes sense. Awesome, yeah. It didn't make sense. It took a long time for my brain. My brain was like going, because the reason why I worked for the brokerage, and the brokerage had a system. It was called the RSI double bottom, and it had a 300 pip stop. A 300 pip stop. Okay, 300 pip. Okay, great. So it's 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. I'm gonna make 600 pips. No. What do you mean no? No, you're targeting 32 pips. And I'm gonna go, what you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? I'm gonna risk $300 to make $30. Why is that? Why does that work? Or talk to me. And they go, well, because the odds of this thing not working is low. See, like this trade here, see, it's inverse. I'm risking 620 to make 188, but the odds of it getting back to that area, to that old high, are quite low, right? So I should be hitting my price target right now as I'm talking. Like, go up and pay me already. Like, really? Really? It's right there. Oh, come on. The candle was right there. Now I was up like $178, right? Then it makes you want to manually close it out, and then it's like shoots through. When you just go up, what are you doing? Look, right. And I put my cursor there and it just drops before I can even get there, right? Come on, come on. Oh, it's gonna turn red, right? That's that's janky right there, you know? You know, I'm gonna call customer service. Sorry, execution flawless. Forex candles are indicative and do not represent true buyers and sellers. I used to read that speech to clients, so this is like payback to me, right? Clients would call up on the phone. Greg, what's going on, man? Price went right through my limit. I didn't get paid. I'm sorry. Execution is flawless. Forex charts are indicative and they are not exact of they're approximate and they're not indicative of actual buyers and sellers. No, it's a bunch of BS, Greg. It's like, sorry about that. Like, you know. So I'm actually I'm reaping my all those. Ah, there we go. Limit out, baby. Ring the bell. Woof, right? But that's a bread and butter right there, you know? There, right? If you put the stop right there, because basically we made what 1.8 pips. So what am I gonna do? Put the stop at 0.9? I would have been the spread would wipe me out, right? So again, there's a difference between probability and risk to reward, right? And there's a lot of things that have really great risk to rewards, but they have horrible probability, right? But we don't really look at those things separately. We look at them together. So we just take trade. But that's why you have setups with a grade, an A grade or a B grade setup, right? We have in Pip and Run, we have an A grade setup. I'm gonna see if I can hit. I don't know. I'm trying to hit back to this old high. That's another $1.81, 181.26. But let's see, right? Multiple double bottoms or snag right back inside. Anyway, we're almost done. I want to get one more win in. One more. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Got one more. Yeah, I know you got one more in there. All right, I'm gonna take my line and recycle my line here. Tom DeMark trend lines. We draw the lines across. This is again our supply line. Yeah, I'm gonna okay. Let's do it. Let's go. Stacking. Got green stacked, so I stacked into it. Let's do it. Ooh, come on, come on. There we go. There you go. 8:59. Give me a big 9 o'clock candle. Big one. Monkey, pay me. Pay me. Big one. I got a 6.5, or I got pocket rockets. You guys see the F1 movie. F1 movie is awesome. F1. They're playing, and they're playing Texas Hold'em. And he's playing cards, you know, and he has his 2 cards down. I called him. I said, he's got pocket rockets or cowboys. He did, and then Brad Pitt didn't turn his cards over. And then the guy, he said he lost, but I'm not gonna spoil it. Turned it over. He had pair of kings. I call, and my friend next to me is like, "Oh, shut up, Greg." I go, "You seen this before?" I go, "Nah." But if you like F1, you like racing movies, it's a great movie. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Do it. Hey me. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, snap. Right there. There we go. There we go. Woo! Yeah. All right, guys. That's gonna be it for me. That was I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the chat box, in the comment section. And I wish you a happy 4th of July. And even if you're not American or celebrate freedom wherever you are, God bless you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Peace and pips. Dr. Greg McLeod from the Elite Traders University in Las Vegas, Nevada, saying goodbye and farewell. Bye.